Welcome to day one of Astra Anima season of Ether raids for whatever week this is. I don't know. I don't keep count. We're fighting against Captain Arab. I think that's what that said. And this is the team for this week. Normally, this is a bonus doubler team, but I couldn't get it to work this week because of Nerthuz. It was too difficult to get the attack stats to match, so I just gave up on that idea. So instead, we have Attuned Sita here, who for the longest time I've been saying I would bring her over to Astra Anima season, and now here she is finally. She helps with what's the word? Covering all of the it's basically like bonus doubler, except I don't. She gives out stats, is pretty much what I'm saying. She helps with Marth to cover all stats up 6 to the entire team, or the majority of the team. I'm getting attack and res from Elamine, and then I'm getting attack. Well, what am I saying? Attack and res? Defense and res from Elamine, attack from Marth, attack and speed from Cheetah, and then attack and res from Veil. So pretty much everyone is covered with some amount of stats to help Marth get his weapon off. The only thing that can really counter this is if there's some type of debuffs or something to stop Marth from vantaging. Now, this team that we're up against here is actually quite strong. Luckily, they're boxed in, so it's a little bit easier to deal with, but the downside of that is that they have Celica here who will be able to warp out. I don't think that works very well for the setup, since once Celica warps out, no one will be able to follow up. And then Ike here with the Celica ring is also able to warp out. And the assumption is that he won't die because of his bulk, but that is quite foolish in my estimations, or if you ask me. You are still able to kill Emblem Ike. A lot of things can kill him, it's just pretty hard. But I got Veil here, who I recently was able to get to +5 off that surprise Heroes Losers banner. So I got her to +5. I wasn't even trying. I was just trying to get whatever I could get, and she just came home a bunch. So she's now my highest scoring mythic in highest merged mythic in Astra Anima season. And because of her, I can score 400 in this season, which is wow. I've never scored that much. I've never even considered trying to +10 a mythic. The good thing is, I think I'll be using this Veil for quite a while. She's actually really good. I could say the same for Hater as well. I do really like Hater. Her rally is actually really useful. So yeah, those are two options that I think about. If I were to like +10 a mythic for Astra Anima, it would be one of those two. And then for light season, I would really want to +10 Peony, but I just don't want to pull on any legendary banners, so I'm probably going to pass on that. The closest one I have is Astra at +5.
Close your eyes.
And he's pretty good, so he'll be around for a while, so there's that. So we're going to bait out Ike here, as well as Celica. Now, I'm doing this very carefully because Ike has his Rally Spectrum, not Rally Spectrum, Great Ether. But what will happen is here that I will win the rest check with Veil, so he won't be able to trigger his special. Because if he did, I don't think I'm within range, but Marth would probably have lost his emblem, Shining Emblem, and would have failed to kill Celica here. But I'm going to be able to kill Celica here because I get the first attack. She can't run Hardy Bearing because it messes up her whole gimmick. If she gets hit, she's likely to die because she doesn't have any bulk. And because I false started the middle lane there, the enemy units didn't get the full range of movement provided by Dual Gren. And again, as I was saying, once the defense moves, it's kind of caught out. I know that this block break mechanic is a little bit, should at least be a little bit of a surprise, but it's not like the biggest deal in the world if you know that it's going to happen, and I kind of knew that it was going to happen. The most interesting unit here is this Saros with the Lugus for 4. I do think for like a defense mythic, it's probably her best build, and I would love to do that, or actually just pick up a copy from Binding Worlds, but lately the last couple binding rolls, I haven't actually been able to get anything like really, really good. I don't know if I need to like put out the unit that I want as like my lead unit so that I can get that in return. I don't know what I gotta do, but the random options are usually bad. It's usually not things that I want, or it's things that I already have good skills on, or max dragon flowers on. Those are the two things I'm trying to get: dragon flowers and skills, or specific units. 3 things. I would love to get the Ceros. I would love to get, since he got his refined, Shinon looks really good, so I'd love to pick up a Shinon. And there are a bunch of other options that are just like really, really good. I keep getting duo, the green duo Corrin. I'm probably going to do this with Veil. This makes sense. I don't think he'll heal because the special Veil will do her thing. So yeah, like I said, there are ways to kill Ike, and I'm going to do that right now. If that had not been possible, I probably would just try to wall him out here with Sita. But yeah, I'm just going to do that with Veil because he's not going to heal. Because, well, I mean, he does have Breath of Life, but ultimately I'd be able to chip him down. I think the Breath of Life is probably going to be the most interesting thing in this dynamic because I'm going to have to dance Veil to get the kill, or maybe I'll be able to get the kill with Sita afterwards. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see how Breath of Life works here in terms of being able to take out this Ike. But we're going to do that. Anyways, I'm trying to get a couple of units. Ceros is one. Maybe that's going to be the way that I plus 10 Brave Edelgard because I can't get copies of her normally. I'm stuck at plus 6. And I do want to plus 10 her. What else? I think those are like the main things that I'm currently thinking about. Things like, since I picked up a Marth from Hall of Forms, I'll probably try to get him in Binding Worlds as well because Dragon Flowers.
Why not?
But yeah, aside from that, I keep getting Ninjorn, dual Corrin, but I don't want to pick her up. She does a ton of damage, but I don't know. I keep skipping on her because the only thing I'd really be getting is Dragon Flowers. The build that she has is a build that I can replicate the majority of the time. I don't spend Cav Dragon Flowers on most. I'm typically spending like the infantry ones. I don't have a use the majority of the time for Cav Dragon Flowers, so I always have a ton, so I can do that whenever I want. So yeah, that's why I keep skipping on her, but maybe one day I'll probably pick her up. Let's see what happens the next go around. Because Astra here is going to be full started, Duo Grin will not get her AoE procs because she doesn't have the C skill. They swapped that out for something else. My concern here is that I don't want to tank Duo Grin with Nerthus because she has the Assassin Strike, and Nerthus won't have a way to counterattack. So even though the AoE isn't going to go off, I don't know if Igrin will get the one-shot. I doubt it because of the clash effect, but I'd rather not have to deal with that. And then also, Asker has that Legoose Friend 4 skill, so I don't know if Marth will be able to one-shot this. Although it is Ruptured Sky, so it doesn't synergize well, but I don't know if Marth is going to one-shot, and I don't want him to get hit and lose his, well, I'm not going to get hit twice, because no follow-up, but all of...
And so it is.
Oh,
yes?
I think it shouldn't be a problem, but I'm just going to move over here because I don't want to risk it. I was just thinking that Marth has the Emblem Ike Ring, so it's going to only be one hit, which isn't going to be pierceable DR because of the Emblem Ring, but let's see if Marth would have won this matchup here.
I believe in you.
Okay. Alright, so I was worried for nothing. He still would have gotten it. That would have been interesting to see, but it's the first match for the week. We can take like risk later on in the week. Let's just do this, and
believe in me.
yeah, we'll be good from here. think I can get Zeros here.
And
She counterattacks. Okay, cool. So that will give me Gale Force. The thing about this Nerthus, there are 3 Nerthus, and each of them is like similar but different. Like this one doesn't have the special acceleration that the other 2 Nerthus is. Well,
you have been
Mythic Nerthus has special acceleration. New Year's Nerthus doesn't have the special acceleration. She has it in her A slot with that wild thing, Beast Wild, whatever you want to call that. And then this Nerthus doesn't have the special acceleration, but and also doesn't have the gravity effect, which the other 2 Nerthuses have. So it's interesting how they pick and choose with skills to give Nerthus in her billion ults now. She's probably going to be a backpack unit at some point because she's so popular. I'm surprised that she is. Well, she has at this point more ults than Freya, I believe, because Freya only has the lies. Freya is a backpack on the spring one with Carla. Okay, so maybe it's probably like, if you want to count the backpack, it's kind of like the same amount. We're gonna take out Gatekeeper here, and then get the pots. But yeah, this is like the perfect opportunity to use Summer Freya, because after this, I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. It's kind of like the same problem with the New Year's Freya as why am I saying Freya? Nerthus. The perfect opportunity for me to use this Summer Nerthus, because it's the same problem with the New Year's Nerthus. I don't know where to use her, so I kind of just have her in my barracks. She's very good, but at the same time, I don't know which mode to use her in, and because I can't run like distant counter, not that I would, but she's really limited to a melee role, and I don't necessarily need melee calves for anything, which is why I gave this Nerthus the Silica Ring, because it increases her range, and it allows her to activate Gale Force more consistently, or initiate to get Gale Force activated more consistently, because she does need to get hit the majority of the time to get the Gale Force off, and then she can just leave after I do that because she has the cav movement. It might be interesting. It would have been interesting on Seliph, but the problem is Seliph does not have a way to get past guard, so hopefully that he gets that in his refine. But yeah, this Nerthus is really, really good. She hits like a truck because it's her bonus season. I think it'll probably remain that way for a little bit. She hits really hard. It's just because I'm using Gale Force that she isn't like making the most out of her weapon, because she does a lot more with like Astra or Luna, whichever one you want to equip. But I think we'll wrap this up with Sita here, who I've picked up 2 copies of, so I have her, I can have her at +4 if I merge, or when I choose to merge, because the fodder, of course, I gotta do something with the fodder. I don't know, I don't have any Omni-Tank projects, so right now she's just chilling with the bonus doubler that I'll figure out something to do with. But that's it for the first match. We gotta play one more. GG's. Okay, here's our second attempt for the day. We're taking on as a thought. I think that's what that is. This is actually pretty tough. So this is the Ike team for this week. Ike is pretty much just rotating between the 2 seasons because he's just too OP. He is so hard to kill. And yeah, I had no other options with this team because it's actually a very strong team that I'm looking at here, in the sense that the range is pretty far. There'll be the rally spectrum from Baby Robin, and then follow-up attacks depending on who moves first. Looking at this, typically the dancer that's the furthest away will be the one to dance, so Azura will move and dance, which means that you don't want to bait in the middle, because that's like 5 plus... What? How much does this dual Peony gives? Like 4 and 4... 8, 13, plus 13 drive attack to Baby Robin. You don't want to bait in the middle. That's probably a bad idea. You will die. And then also you're gonna get, I don't know what the other 2, Ivy has a rally, so I don't know what Ivy's gonna do. So because this dance gives +1 movement, I'm probably going to bait from the side.
Fine.
And then stick my units somewhere over there and see how it works out. That's ultimately going to be the plan. This is a very strong team. And because the way that it's boxed in makes it difficult to initiate into, because of the trap placements, I'm pretty sure that trap below Golvig is real. Because if you warp up there, you're gonna get stuck. You won't be able to initiate on her. It ruins your whole play. And because this defense kind of goes on turn 1, I mean, not really, because if you like, there's enough space for you to take your time and initiate, but it's actually kind of annoying to do so. You can go up from the sides, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna just try to tank it, and I should be fine, I think. I mean, I don't see Ivy doing anything. Should be Baby Robin only, if I'm not mistaken. And then lately I've been finding that Ike does not die to Baby Robin. I don't know why. Baby Robin is just failing to kill. I think it has to do with the Breath of Life support plus the terrain support. And if Baby Robin doesn't get the special off on the first hit, it really reduces his
Close your eyes.
win ratio against Emblem Ike. So Ike is just getting stronger and stronger, man. So anyways, let's see what happens here. I set this up as best as I could, and we're just gonna take this on. Okay, there's a dance. This Azura is actually my favorite Azura in the game currently. A lot better than her dual version. That's actually quite a lot, 54 times 2, but no special on the first hit, so I should be fine. Yeah, that's not enough. Problem is here that I forgot about the scowl effect, which is a problem because it means I don't heal. Okay, so that's a problem. That's actually a very nice rally trap there. Huh. I didn't think that far ahead. That's actually quite nice. Yeah, I got caught here. Because Baby Robin now has the option to kill pretty much any of my units because he has 3 movements. And I'm pretty sure he's going to kill anyone that he attacks aside from Ike. Well, probably even Ike at this stage since Ike has 17 health left. Altina's just here to stand in the corner. She isn't really going to be doing very much this week. I didn't want to... This team needs the extra mythic, so yeah. We're going to accept this. Not much that I could have done about that one. That one was actually a well thought out trap there for you.
I've got this.
And what I actually didn't realize was that even if you bait from the side, Baby Robin is still going to get the drive stats from Peony. So that was also a mistake. I really should have tried to hit and run this with like a melee team or a range team. That was not something that I should have been tanking. But yeah, and also I didn't anticipate Ivy rallying there. I probably should have false started her so that she didn't get the +1 movement. Bad play all around from my standpoint. Alright, we're gonna take on Takai. Hopefully this one turns out a lot better than the first one. This is actually also another really tough map. There's gonna be so much Emblem Silica this week. Because it's her bonus season, and I'm pretty sure that everyone pulled for her. Like, I'm seeing her like literally everywhere. So this is going to be pretty tough the next 2 weeks or so. Just trying to deal with Emblem Silica on defense. The good thing is that she's really weak to units that have Hardy Bearing. And because she can't run Hardy Bearing herself, she has no way to counterplay that. So we should be fine. This is actually a terrible setup for me because of the 2 Ursulas here. It's actually going to be pretty tough. I say that she can't run Hardy Bearing, but she probably could, given that it's her bonus season and she actually gets, +4 defense and some extra health there. So she could probably take a hit. So maybe she could run the Hardy Bearing. if you want to risk it. But I don't really see the benefit of it. You can probably put it on a different unit, because what will happen is that she'll get her special off on the first hit, and then you would be able to counterattack. But Byleth here being able to counterattack means that she's dead. Byleth is going to hit her like a truck because she has like no defense. So even with just +4 to her defense, it's probably not going to be enough. The only thing is that, is it going to be enough to one-shot her through 65? That is my only concern. But I'm pretty sure she would die if she didn't die, then you'd probably get your special off on the second hit, which you're already guaranteed either way. I mean, maybe it helps in the Ike matchup. I might try it, but I think Ike would kill her. Unless you run it with, like, you know, I'm going to try that idea just to test it out, not on defense or anything, but I'm going to test it out just to see what happens. The problem here with this map is that these Ursulas are a pain, plus the dance here from Plumeria. I said Plumeria, I mean Mirabilis, who has Tempest or extra movement on both phases. So wherever this Ursula goes, she's going to get danced by Mirabilis. And that's a problem, because it's then going to allow the AoE to hit any of the back rows here, and I'd like to avoid that as much as possible. So I'm going to set up in a way to only tank one of these Ursulas, and I'm going to kill the other one, because tanking 2 AoEs is a problem. You don't want to do that, especially not when you also have to tank Celica as well. I don't have Breath of Life 4 on anyone here, which would actually be a big boon, because if he had Canto Control on his Gatekeeper, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Another reason why you should always put Canto Control on your defense. But yeah, I don't have Breath of Life 4 on anyone here, which would actually be fantastic support for dual Byleth here, because one of his biggest problems is that he isn't able to heal like all the way back up. So yeah, you don't want him going into multiple combats if you can avoid it. If I had someone with Breath of Life, if I had to put it on someone, I probably would consider Plumeria, but having that warp ability from Soaring Guidance, is it Soaring Guidance? Or whatever the other one's called, the one that's from Rearm Tana, it's really good, so I probably don't want to do that. So we're going to set up like this. We're not going to get hit with any specials since Veil is here to help us out. And then we should be able to clean up with Nerthus on the next phase. My only concern is if anyone goes right, so I'm going to keep Nerthus here, but I don't think anyone should. Everyone should get baited here. And then we're going to see what Dual Astra does. Okay, so she's going to get one shot here. Yeah, she's not going to be able to live. 100. That's a nice and even number. Exactly what you want to see. And then I have the Ike Ring to help us out here. Okay. Ursula also has Desperation, so running Hardy Bearing on your Byleth is actually, I'd say, a big requirement. Yeah, I would highly recommend it. And from here, it's pretty easy to clean up. I think for Mortis, yeah, okay. Bonus for Mortis doing the thing, okay. Alright, so Nerthus should be able to do everything else here. Yeah, pretty much done. Yeah, I'm really worried for this week, man. There's going to be so many Celicas. Multiple Celicas on the map is going to be a problem for Byleth here, because he can typically survive, as you saw there, 1 or 2. But if we're looking at like 3 of them attacking, it's going to be a problem, because there's no way for him to heal back enough to survive that third attack. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that, especially if it's on this map.
And so it is.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun times. That aside, what else? I did, as I mentioned like earlier, pull an extra copy of Sita. So it's kind of crazy that I'm slowly merging up this attuned unit. The only problem is, as I was saying, I don't know what to do with the fodder just yet. I feel like it would be a waste to just give out like the distant counter, the distant bonus doubler, and not give someone the pledge and the other stuff as well. I don't think I put anything on here.
Close your
like the
eyes.
Goose Run 4 or anything like that. I didn't have any copies, so I didn't provide her with anything. I did give her no quarter though, so that is also something that I don't want to waste.
Brisk out.
So yeah, and also the only person with Def Res Oath is Nurgle and Dual Alphons, and that is actually, those are actually 2 units that I probably don't want to fodder, or I only have the ability to get one of those units randomly, and that's Nurgle if he somehow pops up. I've used up all of my Nurgle copies. I don't have any more left. So yeah, that's that. I should have probably merged one, but Nurgle unmerged is doing fine so far. I just gave him Lagoose Friend 4, and he's performing fantastic. You would have seen from the last defense replays from last week. I still want to update the thumbnail for that. I wasn't too happy with that. I don't know what to do. I didn't have any creative ideas. I just put like the 3 units that I used in the front. But I'm very like not disappointed or unhappy, but I felt like I should have done more with the background. I'm probably going to update it sometime this week, just to make it pop a little bit more. It's kind of boring.
I will go.
In my own estimation, but that's not for you to think about. That's for me. What else? Grand Conquest. That is about to be crazy, because if we're going to be seeing Emblem Silicas warping across that map, holy, Grand Conquest is about to be crazy. So I'm looking forward to that. You probably want to bring, I don't even think it makes sense to bring a Gatekeeper, because Celica can still warp through. So I don't know how that's going to interact. Maybe they've banned her, but you can't ban that because it's based on the teams that people set up. So it's going to be crazy. Grand Conquest, definitely. And then Emblem Ike, well, he shouldn't be too much of a problem since you're going to have multiple slots to be able to take him out. But definitely looking forward to that. I'm going to be setting up my team to get through that as well. So that should be fun. Hopefully someone does, well, they normally do, but I think there was I don't know, maybe Oblivion will host it, because I don't think Joel will have, well, I don't know if he got hit by the storm, so I don't know. Hurricane Barrel. Hopefully he's okay. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that stream. Maybe even KCB will host it, I don't know. But yeah, fun weeks ahead, fun times ahead this week. Looking forward to a new banner as well, hopefully. GG's.